The November 2025 episode of The Daily Show was a whirlwind ride through election season, comedy chaos, and sharp political commentary that you won't want to miss. If you thought late night TV couldn't get more surreal, buckle up, because Jordan Klepper and the crew took wild swings at everything from election drama to infamous vehicles, bucket list scandals, and even Finnish coffee addiction. There were savage jokes, moments of genuine insight, a seriously bizarre lucky sweater, and, of course, plenty of digs at American politics. Let's break down every twist, turn, and jaw-dropping moment from this episode, and make sense of all the madness packed within. Right off the bat, Klepper sets the tone. This isn't your grandparents' political coverage. It's election day, and nothing is safe from California's Prop 50, which is accused of going full race to the bottom in rigging the voting maps for Democrats, a tit for tat against Texas, to the all-important gubernatorial races in New Jersey and Virginia. But Klepper isn't just about recounting the news, he's here to lampoon it, serving up biting one-liners and observations that take every self-important politician down a notch. The Trump endorsement drama is a standout early moment. Trump's message to voters is so cartoonish in its alarmism that Klepper compares it to a he-man villain, cheekily noting that the only Rue he recognizes is Rue McClanahan from the Golden Girls. This running riff is classic Daily Show, turning headlines into running gags and reminding viewers that the spectacle of American politics borders on the absurd. Then, we pivot to where most eyes across the country are locked. The New York City mayoral race, elevated to near legendary status in this episode. Klepper introduces the main contenders with that classic blend of sarcastic praise and gleeful ridicule. Democratic frontrunner Zohran Mamdani is portrayed as the life of the party, crashing Knicks games, lighting up clubs, and even sharing the kiss cam with Karl Marx. The implication is undeniable. Mamdani's campaign feels more like a bachelor bash than a stuffy political affair, a pointed jab at political branding and the generational shift in how politicians reach voters. The Republican challenger, Curtis Sliwa, barely gets any serious attention, played off as a vigilante, mob hit victim who's running on a platform so tough it's practically dystopian. Sliwa's eccentric reputation doesn't help his case either, helping cement the sense that New York's race isn't just about politics. It's about personalities, memes, and sound bites, with reality barely holding on. But it's Andrew Cuomo, the ex-governor, who steals some of the season's most memorable laughs. Now running as an independent, Cuomo tries to win hearts and minds with a 1996 Ford Bronco. The car, inescapably tied to O.J. Simpson's infamous chase, becomes its own punchline. Klepper can't help but skewer Cuomo's choice, wondering what the pitch even is. Hey, check out my murder car. This kind of satirical edge defines the show, exposing just how tone-deaf some campaign stunts can seem. Cuomo's attempt to distinguish his Bronco from O.J. as with a color stripe falls equally flat, as Klepper jokingly urges him not to get too intimate with the vehicle. This physical comedy and sly innuendo level up the episode's energy, making it clear the hosts aren't just discussing politics. They're deconstructing its weirdness in real time. Things turn darker when the Republican establishment throws out a last-ditch smear campaign, trying to paint Mamdani as some sort of jihadi communist terrorist in a desperate attempt to win swing voters through fear-mongering and Islamophobia. Klepper calls out the cynical strategy, fighting back with humor but never mincing words about its toxicity. It's a rare serious moment, balancing the usual laughs with genuine condemnation for divisive politics, and Klepper lands it powerfully. The show's charm comes alive again during the live exit polling segment in Times Square, where Grace Kulenschmidt quizzes random non-New Yorkers on who they'd pick for mayor if given the chance. The responses range from total indifference, "Who's the mayor of Pittsburgh? I don't even know anymore," to passionate but slightly misguided support for Mamdani, mostly based on TikTok snippets. One thing's clear, dear. New York's election has everyone talking, whether they actually know what's going on or not. Viewers see the city reflected back through the confused eyes of tourists and transplants, hilariously revealing just how universal and shallow the fascination with New York politics is. As if the night wasn't wild enough already, the show gleefully dives into a running joke about campaign luck charms. At Cuomo HQ, Ronnie Ching reports on the ex-governor's lucky sweater, with a pattern suspiciously similar to a Bill Cosby sweater, only for Ronnie to insist, with questionable enthusiasm, that it's not the same. It escalates into a bit about ficus plants, sexual harassment scandals, baby oil, and all manner of bizarre campaign rituals, poking fun at politicians' need for mystique and magic, often using props with unfortunate histories. But The Daily Show isn't just about American absurdities. Tonight's guest is Sanna Marin, the former Prime Minister of Finland. The interview blends humor with depth, as Marin discusses the differences between Finnish and American politics, the importance of equal opportunities, and her experiences as a young female leader during tumultuous times. Klepper and Marin riff about Finland's grumpy happiness ranking, their world leading coffee consumption, baby boxes for new parents, and the virtues of compromise in coalition governments. Marin's insight into the double standards women leaders face, especially in the context of sensationalist scandals like the dancing scandal, adds an honest, hopeful dimension, emphasizing the importance of diversity and participation in politics. The conversation is light-hearted without trivializing the subject matter, and it ends with a rallying call for young people to get involved, a fitting bookend to the episode's theme of engagement and reform. Finally, the ending offers a signature moment of zen, with news that Mamdani holds a massive lead in the polls, suggesting a decisive and perhaps anticlimactic end to New York's mayoral race. The implication is that all the chaos, drama, and weird campaign strategies haven't really moved the needle. New Yorkers still want what they want, and the rest is noise. To wrap it up, The Daily Show's November 4, 2025 episode is a masterclass in election comedy, social satire, and guest interviews that deliver both laughs and thoughtful commentary. It skewers American campaign culture, lampoons our obsession with New York, and gives us a rare international perspective on how politics can, and maybe should, work. The characters, from Klepper's gleeful host to Cuomo's bewildered campaign team, and Marin's dignified resilience, paint a vivid picture of democracy's quirks, flaws, and possibilities in a year defined by noise, scandal, and hope. If you enjoyed this recap or want to sound off about your favorite moment, the Ford Bronco, the Finnish coffee, or the Cosby sweater fiasco, drop a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if you had a laugh. Share it with anyone who needs electoral therapy. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives and comedy breakdowns from The Daily Show and beyond. See you next time.